Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how I convert TC4 alpha hair to The Sims 3. I bet there's already a few tutorials on it on YouTube, but I have my own way of doing it. I discovered it myself, didn't watch any because I don't like actually watching tutorial videos, which is kind of ironic since I'm making one. But yeah, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna use this hair from New Sims. You could get it for free on several CC Fine blogs if you look. I'm not gonna link it where you can get it. So I downloaded this and I opened it. It's in this tool, DS4 Cast Tools. Go to this tab, Clone Package Editor, and then this tab, Mesh Manager. I'm gonna select, and then you choose your mesh or your package. You wait a bit till it loads. Then you choose this option. Normally this is default selected, so you have to pick this one, Obj. Then you're gonna export this LOD 0 because it has the highest poly count, which means it's the mesh with the highest quality. You export it. You give it a not so long name. If it's too long, it's possible you get an error if it's too long, so be sure that you just shorten it. I'm gonna call it Case Original. And then it's that. You go to Milkship. You import that mesh. Well, that's cute. If you go to the Groups tab, you'll see you have multiple groups here, so you have to check out which one is the actual hair you're gonna use. What I standard do is I hide all the groups so I can check out later which one is which. So group 0 is this. It doesn't look much like hair, so I'm gonna hide that again. That's group 1. Also doesn't look like much. I was gonna say a dirty joke, but I'm not gonna say it. That looks more like it. And oh, if I combine these two, that looks like the hair. But I'm not gonna hide that again, just to be sure. Oh, not hide this. Well, since this is like cut at the top, I believe that's one that mesh is used for to wear hats in Sims 4 because it's possible to wear hats on hair there without it looking clippy. So I'm gonna delete those. I'm gonna check if this looks. I don't think group 0 and 1 are of any value here. So I'm gonna unhide this and unhide this again, and that looks more like it. Okay, I'm gonna select both and then regroup them, and I'm gonna export again. Supposed to be merged and not merged, or what the hell it was. Then you go to Blender. I'm gonna delete the default thingies here. I'm gonna import my mesh. Gonna place my visual a bit better. And like the previous tutorial, you're gonna drag the little corner to the left. I'm gonna select the UV image editor. Maybe not that wide because I won't need it that much. Well, before you can start editing this hair, you'll have a reference mesh needed for the face and the scalp. Otherwise you won't see where it clips, so I'm gonna import that. You can get those OBJ files on Mode Sims. I will link that too in the description. And also the scalp. When you're working with long hair, it's recommended that you also import a body so that you can see where it can clip. I'm not sure if mine will clip, but I see I have like a long strand here, and it's possible that it will clip in the neck, so I'm gonna import a body too. Bodies are also available on Multisims, of course. It's not clipping, so I'm lucky. It wasn't really necessary. Well, I still can't start checking the gaps because it's like both gray, so it's possible that I'm just seeing wrong. So I'm gonna add a texture to it. So first I'm gonna export the texture of the hair. I'm gonna do that by opening up the original package with a tool called Sims 4 Package Editor. It's also available in Multisims. It's also possible that you will need The Sims 4, the game itself, for both TC4 Castles and Sims 4 PE, but I'm not sure. So be sure to actually have the game. When it's open, you're gonna search for a hair recolor. Recolors are with the tag RLE2. And you're gonna search for texture that looks gray or blonde, it depends. I prefer gray so it's easier to retexture later. And that's a bit too much. I could use this, but I think I'm gonna use another one with less shine in it. I'm gonna use this one. Usually I pick gray, but I see that there's a very high glance here, and I don't like that. You export it to DDS when you right click. I'm gonna give it a name. And you go back to Blender. And you're gonna import that. But here you go, you have to go to edit mode when you select your hair. Press A in the UV editor. And you go to image here, open image. Select that hair texture. And it should be retextured. Well, it should have a texture, but not yet. For the body, face and scalp, we also have to add a texture. So I exported from a skin face texture. And I'm gonna do that the same way as I did with the hair. I select it, open image, and I select that. I'm gonna use the same texture for the scalp because it doesn't matter if it looks pretty or not. It just needs to have another texture. I'm not gonna texture the body because I don't want to start censoring the nipples on it. So to add, actually to see the texture, you have to go to this option, this little white ball. You click texture, and there it is. You will have an ugly white body, but it doesn't matter. You don't want. It's better than seeing nipples, in my opinion, because then I don't have to cut it out or censor it. That's the only reason why. So yeah, I can already see I have clippings here, which is good. So I have to fix that. So let's get started. You select your hair, go to edit mode, then I'm gonna scale it a little bit by selecting all, press S and drag a bit, like this. Gonna see how much. And it's still clip in the back too. No, it doesn't clip here really, which is good. Okay, so next up we're gonna fix the little clipping, so like here, and in the front there are also a little bit. By doing this, you're gonna press C on your keyboard, and then you see like a little circle. I'm gonna scale it a bit down by using my mouse button, and you're gonna select. Oh, I'm not in the right position. No, I was in the right position. So I press C, and I select this little area. It should be moved up, but if I do this, well, it only moves up those verts, which is not really pretty or the point. So I'm gonna use a little tool Blender has. It's called proportional editing. It's like this button here. Press enable. When you have selected your items, you press G on your keyboard. And you have to hold still, you can't touch your mouse. But you have to use your mouse button and scroll up. You see, like, the more you scroll, like a circle appear. I'm gonna make it tiny, not too tiny, but relevant tiny. And you press OK. And then you're gonna drag up again. And you'll see that the verts in the area will move along with your selection. So it's very easy to fix clippings like that. I'm gonna select a little bit more here and drag up a bit. Be sure that you don't see any pink anymore. Very important. Let's see here. Drag a little bit. Not too much, I don't want to. Well, if it moves too much, you can scroll down again for smaller movement. But I see it doesn't really matter here anymore. It doesn't really clip, which is good. I'll check how big the gap is in the head. There is no gap up there, so that's good. I don't like it if there's a gap between the hair and the mesh. The face, I mean. Okay, next up we're gonna fix other clippings that we see. Apparently I selected the vert here, but that wasn't really my intention, so I'm gonna undo that. Didn't select anything more. Good. Gonna drag a little bit outwards. Good. Gonna check here if there are clippings. Well, you can easily go inside the head and see where it clips. Like here. It's just easy to. You just drag a bit. Just check what looks best. Apparently I made my selection too small. I'm gonna do this. I don't think it matters if the bun clips through the head. Not really. Maybe that's best. Here it clips too a bit. I'm gonna leave that. Maybe not, I'm gonna check how bad it would look if I move that up. It doesn't want to really leave, so I'm gonna keep it like that. But here we have a lot of clippings. Select it all. Now be sure that you select only verts that will move in the same direction. So I'm not gonna select these at the top. Drag it out a bit. I wonder how bad it would look. As you can see, this is not textured, so it's too much. It doesn't have a texture. So I'm only gonna move the vert that actually has textures on it. But again, not too much. So like this. This has textures on it. I'm gonna move that out. It still has a bit of texture. I'm gonna drag that out this direction. Well, since it's mostly covered by hair here, it doesn't really matter. Still clips a bit, but I'm not liking this vert popping out. Let's select another vert somewhere. I didn't, so that's good. Can you select another vert? Yes, I did. Be sure that when selecting, you're not selecting other verts too. Like, you have to be a specific angle that you're not selecting other ones. I think I did another one. Yes, here. Very annoying when you have like tiny vert you need to select. Looks like I did, so. I'm gonna turn it off for a bit. Only drag that. Oh no. I'm gonna turn it off. Just make it smaller, very tiny. No, it's like that. So the little one doesn't come out anymore. Yeah, like free range, so no. So I'll leave it for now as it is. I'm gonna select these. It's very creepy inside the head, like complete face watching me, maybe judging me even. Oh, see, I accidentally moving my mouse while I'm scrolling, which is not good. G, scroll up, no, moved it again accidentally. And I move it up, like this. See here, big clipping. Gonna drag it out. I don't like that the ear. Let me keep it like that. I'm gonna just move the whole ear. Maybe just like this in here. I don't think that will look pretty. No, it's supposed to be inside a little bit more. I'm gonna keep it like that, the way the ear is still covered. Well, not really covered, but you know what I mean. I see that there are 2 strands here. It will have to be dragged out. Come on, a little bit bigger. A little bit inside. That drag. Here's also a little strand. I drag it out to the side, a little bit back to the back. I'm gonna move this band a little bit more up. A little bit more. There are still clippings here, but I don't see textures on it except for here. But I noticed that in milk shape there are already clippings like this here, so I don't need to drag that out actually. So these thingies I don't need to drag down. I'm gonna check real quick. Here's also clippings, and in the head probably too. Didn't really check when I was messing with the bun. See, there's also clippings, like I didn't really have to move that, but yeah, I did. So anyway, doesn't really matter now. Still doesn't look terrible. Okay, I think I'm mostly done, but I'm gonna drag this one a little bit out because it's a hairline here. I'd rather not have that clip. So, looks like this is partly done. Maybe I could drag this one a little bit more out. Not too much. So I'm gonna check real quick in the head. Clippings here too, so well, clippings are the darker spots, so that's how I see. I see some texture here and here. This little one is still really wants to come out. Well, if it's not textured, it's not going to show up anyway. Oh well. Drag it out again you go. And now I have like a huge gap here. And I painted that up by moving backwards. Nope, I can't do that. Select this. Damn it. Still haven't figured out how to hide certain spots in Blender. I could easily move, but oh well. I'm gonna drag it back a little bit. Check. It's a hairline actually. Okay. Well, and then just leave it as it is, I guess. I'm not liking it. Doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna mess around with it more. Okay, so when you're done prepping the mesh, you're gonna drag this out more, the UV map. I'm gonna select it, press A in the screen, so this is selected. And then you're gonna make a new image, and you're gonna keep the default values, or you can make them bigger by using the square root, I think. So that would be 2048 I mean. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't use textures at that size and don't have any. So I'm gonna press OK. And now we're gonna have to scale because we don't want a hair with this low quality. So I'll press G on my keyboard, drag it to the middle. Gonna disable, to be sure, this, because it's possible that if I select like one part of the mesh, like here on the UV map, and drag, that the other will move along with it. I don't want that. So I'm gonna scale along the X axis like this, and then again scale along the Y axis. Make it bigger, big enough, like this. Okay. Then you go to the baking option here, like in the right panel, press bake, you choose ambient occlusion. The margin I always pick 2, so that I'm fully sure that the whole area, all the squares are covered. And I press bake. It can take a while depending on your computer and how much poly the mesh has. You can see the poly here, faces 19K. Takes a little bit longer than usual. That's probably because I'm running a video recorder. Almost there, yes, and it's done. I'm gonna save that image by pressing image here and then save as image. Go to a place where you know where to find it back. And then you have to export your hair, but first we're gonna remove all the other groups here. So the face needs to go, that was body, creepy face needs to go, the creepy scalp also needs to go, so that only the group remains. You export that as a front object. And export. Again, you go to milk shape then again. It's still open here, so I press new. I import my object file. And there it is. It looks pretty ugly. That's because of material, so I delete that. Okay. Now you'll have to add the bone assignment to it. Depending on your hair, what type it is, you'll have to use a reference mesh that has like the same shape. Since mine only covers the head, so when my sim would move, the whole hair would move along with her head. But if you have like long hair, and it's the hair at the button would move along with the sim's spine. So in my case, I only need a hair that only has the hair, head morph, head bone assignment. Man, I'm messing up now. But I already have that, so I'm gonna import little group and export. Where is that little one? That's weird. Did I remove it? Guess I did. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I actually threw that file away, so I made a new one. It's like a very tiny mesh. It contains of like 3 verts, I think. I can't even see it, but it's here. Just thingy. And it has a bone assignment to the head, which is good. So when you have a reference mesh, you can get one from the T-Sims resource. You just download a hair that looks a bit like yours, open it in TSRW, export the mesh again, and then you use mesh toolkits. This thingy. Wait, I'm just gonna show you how I would do it if I have a reference mesh. It would be easier. Okay, I'm gonna delete that again. First of all, you have to regroup your mesh, rename it to group base. Rename it. Export as a TSRW object. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna show you which hair I'm gonna use as a reference, just so you know how it looks. It looks like this. Well, it doesn't matter that because it will only assign to the head anyway. I just got this from TSRW. It's the Alesso Paraguay hair, I think. So as you can see, this one goes down to the spine and this stays up to the head. I use that as a reference. I renamed that to group base. So I removed every other group that was in there and just kept this one. And I'm gonna use that as a reference. So you're gonna open this mesh toolkit. I'm gonna link the link in the description. You go to this tab, Auto Tools for WSO. You go to this tab, Auto Assign Bones. You select your mesh you want to assign bones to. And you're gonna choose your reference mesh. And you're just gonna press Do Assignment and Save. Those are the default values, so you're just gonna keep those. Can take a while because it's also a lot of body count. And then you're gonna save it again. Go to milk shape and do new and import it. And now it has been assigned. Well, I see that there's a tiny green part here that is assigned to the spine. But I don't want that because when my sim move, only this tiny bit will move along with the spine, so it can mess up some animations. So I'm gonna select it, or select one tiny part actually, like this, because it's have the same bone. Show, Oh no, don't want it to the spine. No, no. Annoying. Gonna zoom in. Wireframe overlay. No. Turn this off. Wireframe overlay back again. Select like one word. Select must be on, of course. Select. Show. I don't know why it has two here. Maybe I should pick a word that is closer. The hair itself. So like this one. Show. Okay. And now I can select the hair, the parts that I don't want to be green completely. And I press assign. And now it's pink. So that will all move correspondingly to the head. Now I have to rename it again to group 1, group base 1. And I'm gonna import that little group that I previously did, like the 3 words thingies. It's to make an extra group in JSLW so that my mesh can be imported. I'll upload this little tiny thingy so you don't have to make it yourself. Just an extra group. So just have groups. Group 0, group 1, be sure that it's in order. And you're gonna export that one as WSO object. So now that your mesh is technically done, you have to do the textures. For that we're gonna use GIMP again. So open your thingy. Now your texture you just made in Blender. So this ugly one. And then I'm gonna open also the other one that I used. The texture in Blender. This one. So I'm gonna zoom in so I know what it has. Okay. Technically I could copy paste and scale and retexture, but I'm not sure if the quality of the hair is good enough. I'm gonna drag, put it like this, that's more visible. I'm gonna show if it will look okay. So I'm gonna copy this. I'll select first and then copy. I'm gonna paste it in here. Well, it looks rather decent if I say so. Okay, maybe I'm gonna use this anyway. Zoom in a bit. Make it as a new layer. As you can see, these roots, like the tips, are out of the box, so I'm gonna have to scale them down so they fit in the little gray box. And I see also the slide comes out, so I'm gonna scale more. That's inside. It has to be inside, otherwise your texture can look weird. Like this. Okay. Well, since it's like completely square, I can actually make it sure that it completely fits the sides. I think that's good enough. The second part is this. I'm not sure this completely. Copy. Go back here. Paste it. Move it and then make it as a new layer. And just to be sure, I'm gonna check if this part actually is used. I'm gonna open this up. Import the original one. I'm gonna hide. edit mode. Press A. Okay, like a tiny bit is not used, so I don't have to work with that, which is good. So this one is not really used. Right. Again, they're like tips that are not inside. They have to be. A little bit more. Like this, I would think. I don't think it would really matter here. Okay, next part. If the texture is low quality, you can always use textures from existing TC3 hairs. Just copy paste, find a texture that fits with your original texture. Like you would have to search like for rectangular non-tips at the corners. TC4 actually uses bigger size of image maps. So sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the creator, of course. To new layer. Well, for me it didn't matter if it's now out of the box or not because it doesn't have tips at the side, so just make sure it's covered. Zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna do the big parts first. With this one. Place it. And scale it because it's too big here. No, it's not big enough. Gonna see how much. So like this. And here it doesn't matter, it doesn't fit size. Because again, no tips. So next part. Here I have tips, so I have to scale, make sure it's in the box. Like this. It looks rather decent, yes. Okay, so now those thingies here. Be sure that I select parts completely. Copy. Paste. As a new layer so I can see it. I'll have to scale it, I think. Now that I think about it, I really like this one. I think I copied it completely, so that's good. I'm gonna move them up. Let me check real quick to what those are connected to. I select the sync mode so I can see what I select here. Select this, what it is. Okay, those are the roots, like the tiny things, and this is, I can't even see. Okay, those things. Okay, That's the top. I'm gonna make sure that most of them cover the top. I don't want my strands to be floating on the hair. They have to be connected to the hair, to the head. I think it looks like that. And then I'm gonna copy that last part, of course. Copy and paste. Add a new layer, of course. And I'll have to scale it. Oh, that's a bit too much. I don't think this thing is on the hair, and it's, I feel the sides are not on it. More like, oh no, I moved the wrong one. Like this, I think. Inside the box you go. Yeah, I think it's like this. Okay, now that I got most of my textures, I'm gonna merge all the hairs one, not the gray one, so I'm gonna hide this one and merge it all down. So I have one image, and I'm gonna resize it to the actual size, like this. Now I'm gonna retexture it again to one I like. I'm gonna first I'm gonna give it a gray color, like this. Gonna mess with the contrast, like this. And then I could actually use another texture I have, which I do, to make it more to my taste. I use one from Pixels, used to be Plum Blobs, because I like her hair type style. New, like this. Let me check real quick. It looks decent, kind of. So duplicate that, move it to another part. I use the value type in GIMP. In Dutch it's called differently, of course. So if you want to do the same thing, duplicate again, move to here, then duplicate again, flip that. So you know it doesn't look good here. Delete that. I'm gonna scale this one down, like make it bigger, but it's fully covered. And I'm gonna duplicate. I'm gonna duplicate this one too. I don't have to scale again. So now it's fully covered in a texture I like. And now I'm gonna have to merge it down again, but because I'm using the value type, I have to merge down one layer per time and I have to start at the bottom. So this one first. Otherwise, if I do this, this happens. So that's not really the thing I want. So the bottom, merge down, and resize again. That's my diffuse that we'll use later in DSR. I'm gonna export that and let it be a DDS file. And you're gonna use the compression mode TXT3 or TXT5. Those compress more than the TXT1, so it makes your file less big, so it takes less time for your game to load. I will pick TXT5 because it's better. And then you're gonna make the control mask. So you have to use red, blue, and green. Again, I don't know how to retexture myself, so I use existing ones that I exported from other hairs. And again, I use one from Plum Blobs or Pixels. It's not this one, not this one, this one. So I copy the part that I want. Just copy, hide again. Gonna check real quick in Blender where the roots are. Those are not roots, I think. Those are the roots. Not roots again. Okay, those are roots. Okay, so I paste that to a new layer. I'm gonna check real quick. Here the tips are here. I'm gonna have to flip it, I think, or not. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna check later. Okay, I'm gonna scale it a bit down. I know it's too small. Like this. I won't need this one. Be sure I don't cover that. Like this. And check how it would look. I think that looks okay. Normal mode again. Paste it again. And make it a bit smaller. More smaller. To new layer. Check. Okay. Normal modus. I'm checking where the roots, the tips, and the highlights are, so I can make the control masks. And these are, well, in the Sims, red is the roots, green is the normal color, like the middle color, and blue is the tips. The highlights are probably the blackies, I don't know. Not sure. But okay. Okay, so there's actually no middle color, so green, what should that be? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make it make it mostly green, a little bit of blue. I'm gonna put red in it. No, not too much. Down you go. Like this. And check real quick. A little bit too much more. Well, no, a little bit of red can be in there. Doesn't matter. Has to be mostly green. Here tips were here. Like this. Now on this, and those are little strands. Okay, it'll have to be full color. This could be red if I want to. Nope, wrong window. Okay, I'm gonna paste one more time. I could move it. Could actually just move this one to here. and then they both get covered. Oh no. Like this. And this I'm gonna do completely red, so I'm gonna make a new layer, fill it up with red, and then I'm gonna choose the mode add a grain, like, yeah, I don't know how to, oh no, not grain, hard light. It's a bit better. And just like before, I'm gonna merge everything down except for the reference thing I used. From the button down and the button up, I mean. Then you're gonna make it the right size again and just export it, give it a name, again as DDS and a compression format 3 or 5. And then we can go into DSRW. I used the base game Piggy Tales. Don't look at that gap. Doesn't matter. Because it has 2 groups. You could also use another hair reference, of course, but it has to have 2 groups, and know that this one had one, so I'm gonna use this. I gave it a proper name, of course. Give it my name, new C, and then the name of the hair. It's for teen, young adults, adults, and elders. Yes, I'm gonna reload it. It'll take a time. It doesn't crash, good. I'm gonna go to the categories. I don't want it for makeover, I don't want it for firefighting. Editor hours, no. Site, no. Those ones, career. It's not a hat, so I have to disable that. I don't want it for random, I don't want NPCs walking around with that hair. But it is valid for maternity and outerwear. Those are the most important ones, I think. Then we go to your mesh. You're gonna import your freshly made one. Oh, I'm gonna press yes on the bounding box values. Pop up. Look how pretty. Well, I'm gonna fix that. But first, when you import a mesh, you have to check if the tag values are correct. So you press on both group 0 and group 1, the mesh one. You open it up in Geom Vertex Editor, and it's already good. That's good. But this one won't be, pretty sure. So, and you click it, there will be like three dots. So you click that 3-dotted thing, open it up, and then you're gonna change the tag value to 8 times F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press OK, and then you're gonna right click on the tag value that you just entered and copy to all, and press done. Why we fill in F, 8 times F, is because we don't want our mesh to turn out completely black in game. And I believe 8 times F is a value of white. I'm not sure, but I mean the texture would show. We're gonna make the other dots in a bit. First, gonna add textures. First, well, we don't have accessories in our hair, so I'm gonna disable this pattern. So enable to false. Be sure the other ones are also false if there are more. Then we go to configuration. We're gonna set this to false, like that. Depending on how your hair is, you can disable draws on face and draws on scalp. I'm gonna leave both on because I believe the scalp one adds texture to the head, so if there would be any clipping, you won't see the bald head, you would see the scalp texture. I'm not sure. The face one adds like a texture, like tiny, I don't know how it's called in English, but it's hairs in front of the ears, like men when they have beards, like that sort of thing. I set them both to true, and then I go to hair textures, and I'm going to import my freshly made textures. So the control map, I import the ones I made, the one I made, this one, press done. And diffuse map, I import this one. So that looks more like it. Well, see that there's like a bigger thing here. I'm gonna check real quick if I messed up here. Okay, I could move up this one more, I think. I'm not entirely sure now. Undo everything I just did. Well, doesn't look bad, but I'm gonna check this one. Hide this one. I'm gonna add my texture in Blender. I want to know why there's like more gaps here. And that's been just a texture, I believe. I could move a bit more down, but I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Well, like I said, I'm very picky, so I don't like it. I'm gonna fix it. Or if it's this one and this one that give me troubles. Yeah, here. Okay. This is a bit annoying. Like here it doesn't have that issue. Gonna move this up maybe a bit more. Gonna cut it. Paste it again. Move it more up. I won't have to redo the mask, so that's good. And export again. I'm not good at texturing, so of course there's gonna be issues because it's me. I just show you how you can do it. It's not the best way, I think. Oh, that didn't change much. Still this ugly. Maybe I should move it that one more down. Cut. Paste. Like this. Clean it up. Export. I think it's not really good texture I used anyway. And this one looks like blurry, so I'm gonna check that one out. This one. Also that one thing. Okay, and I think it just depends on the textures used. Okay, I'm just gonna check out how it'll look in game. I see it clips here a little bit in the neck, or the texture. No, it's a texture. I just TSRW doesn't show it properly. Okay. I'm not entirely happy, but nothing a hairline can fix in game. Okay. So that is almost done. When you go to hex textures, there will be probably something in here. So we're gonna make that empty. Done. Make this one also empty. The clothing ambient you're gonna leave white, just as it is. You don't have to mess with that one. Also make this one empty. So, like this. Gonna check real quick. For hair color, I'm gonna give it a very bright color so I can see it in CAS. Just so I can give it. You can also add a thumbnail, but I don't do that. I don't like thumbnails anyway. Not very most best hair color, but it will do. So I can also see what is with what. Doesn't look that bad. I would not wear it, but okay. Next up, scalp textures was like what I said. Face textures, also some here. When you go to the mesh tab, you're gonna press material here. You're gonna be sure that your textures are actually in here. So you press this one. We're not gonna import again. You're gonna press browse to make the image, the size smaller. Keep it small. Let's choose your texture, your diffuse one. Same for this one. You can press browse. Press done. And for specular, I prefer to use a complete black one, but other retexture people would make the diffuse map like a black. So they could do this, do contrast and lightness. I don't know how to call it in English. You do this up and this one down. Not completely up. Down like this. Or they could do this. Levels, I think it's called. And drag this down. But I don't like using that. I prefer to use a complete black one so I don't have that extra shine. I'm not a fan. So I have already a black image somewhere. Like this. And press done. So basically we're done, but I prefer to add multiple lots to my hairs so that other people who play in a lower quality level in the game can still use that hair. So we're gonna go to Milkshop again where my hair is still here. We're gonna delete that little group for a bit, and then we're gonna go to Tools, DirectX Mesh Tools. Well, actually, for the high level of detail, you could actually import the same one because that mesh is used for the portrait panel that is like in the bottom corner. So now that has to look pretty too. So that's why I use the same one. TSRW is significant. Press OK. Import complete. So that looks okay. Again, you'll have to fix the mesh. Be sure that this is 8 times F. Doesn't matter if it's in capitals or small letters. Copy to all, press done. This one will probably be done already for some reason. Cancel, yes. The materials will be the same because it copies it from the... Oh, it isn't? Well, that sucks. Again, we will fix that. You import it when we need. Press browse again. Like that. Okay, and now for medium and level of detail, medium level and low level. You'll see there's only one group, so that's easy. So you run tools, drag X mesh tools, and then you'll have this little pop-up. Just want to drag this little pointer to the middle, or a bit lower. Make sure it's like around 5K or something. Press save. It will look a bit horrible. And black. You need to get rid of blackness. You go to face, smooth all. It's gonna look rather normal. It's gonna look blocky because it's lower quality. I'll rename it to group 0. And you have to add bones to it too. So again, you could use DirectX mesh toolkit here, but I prefer just to keep it all to the bone. So I import a little group thingy I had. I select it, show it to me. I remove it again, select my hair, still here. I assign it. For low level and medium level, it doesn't matter if it's long hair or not. You can also assign it to the head. Doesn't matter because you won't see it. You won't actually see this hair, or this low level of hair in your game if you play on decent settings. And you export that. These are medium level. Do the same thing for the low level. Again, DirectX mesh tools. And then I'm just drag it completely down and smooth it all again. I import that little group thingy because this will be gone. We have to redo that again. I select that tiny thingy, go to joins, show it, remove it, select the other mesh, and assign. Then I can export it. Low level. And DSI, you just import it accordingly, of course. Press yes. And then you do the mesh thing again. A times F. Copy to all. Check the materials are in order. They aren't, of course. No, not import, browse to make it smaller. Same thing here. Again, fix the mesh. A times F. Go to all materials, fix them. And now we are done. You can export it. Just to be sure, don't use a thin and fat slice because it doesn't have morphs. So it's possible your TSRW will crash or nothing will happen. So I'm not gonna risk it. I'll show a beautiful version again. So I'm not gonna go in game now. Check how it looks, and see you in a bit. Press export, of course. Place it. I give it a decent name so I can recognize it. Okay, see you in a bit. So I loaded up my game and found my hair back in CAS. This is how it looks. I see there are some tiny clippings here, and I moved up the hair too much here. But regardless of that, the hair works. I converted it. Of course, I did this rather very quickly, so probably edit this down more and pull this back one in. At the front it looks rather normal, so the issue I had in TSLW doesn't look that bad. And I see I have like hair clippings in the neck. And again, I rushed this. So yeah, I converted it. Let's check it out in game. Maybe it will look a bit better, don't know. So I'm in game now. I gave another sim of mine also the hair so we could have a better visual. It looks rather okay except for the bulge at the top. And of course the little clippings here at the back and the neck hairs going through the neck also. And there's also like a texture issue, like here. But other than that, it looks quite okay. I did a rush job at this, so of course it's not going to be perfect. I usually spend more than 2 hours on making it for the Sims 3. But this is my process on how I do it, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me on YouTube, Tumblr, or Sketchbook Pixels. And if you want a tutorial on anything else, feel free to ask me. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time.